Nowadays, the trend is to develop people-centered services. But what does that really mean? And is it just another buzzword? We believe it isn't. More than often, public services that are launched to solve problems end up being unused or criticized. This is because decisions are made by people too far away from the problem. Management is under constant pressure to solve problems and deliver solutions in the quickest and cheapest way possible. This kind of pressure forces it to deliver short-term patches to problems rather than long-term improvement. Service design is all about long-term improvement. Truly effective and sustainable services must start with a people-centered approach. Public services in particular usually deal with social issues, directly related to people. To come up with a service that successfully solves a social issue, one needs to understand its human causes. Being people-centered means trusting the expertise of people who will be using the service and the frontline staff who work closely with these users. Meet John, a local councillor. John is concerned. Yet another of the council's services has gone wrong. The council spent a whole year training staff in refurbishing a music rehearsal room in the city centre for children who can't afford their own instruments or lessons. But since its opening, no one has been using it. The media writes about wasting taxpayers' money, and the problem of children becoming isolated from culture and music is not being tackled at all. John and his team are very passionate about bringing children closer to music, but their long and expensive efforts hit a brick wall. "We've given these children a great place to have fun. What more do they want?" says John in frustration. "Maybe we should go and ask the children," replies Sam. "After all, who else could answer that question? And while we're at it, why don't we speak to the social workers who spend time with their families? Maybe together we can figure out why the project isn't working." John and Sam visit the community. "Well, I want to play the drums, but the place doesn't offer drumming lessons," says little Andrew. One of the social workers points out the bus ride to the city centre. "It would be easier for the family if the rehearsal room was nearby." Amazed by all the insights they collected, John and Sam suddenly have a much better idea about how their service should work. The rehearsal room is moved closer to the community, and the service starts offering lessons requested by the children themselves. The community music hub becomes so popular it expands to every community around the city. John and Sam are proud of their project and feel closer to the communities than ever before. A people-centered approach helps us understand the real problem before we take any action. Involving the end user in the decision-making process reduces risk of failure. The users and the frontline staff will gain a sense of ownership being involved in the project, which is very likely to result in a much higher usage and approval of the final service.